Hello everybody and welcome to another Rise of Kingdoms video. This is Dragothian here, and today we've got a couple leaks. We've got a few new things that look like they're coming down the pipe. We've gotten some information from some sources. Shout out to those of you that have sent it to me. I really appreciate you. You know who you are. That being said, there's quite a few different things that I've been getting over the last week or so that bear mentioning. A lot of folks have been asking about a lot of the things that I'm about to show you. And more importantly, it just kind of goes to show again some of the things that we've been saying on this channel. There's more coming, guys. There's a lot more coming. It's not just more of the same as a lot of people keep trying to be negative about, I guess, if you want to call it that way. There's so many things coming down the pipe. We definitely need to showcase some of this stuff to you guys just so you can get a little bit of peek of what's going on behind the scenes, and then just as importantly, we can kind of discuss what this looks like and what maybe this means in the coming weeks and months as the game continues to develop, continues to grow. We're finishing up Osiris League playoffs right now in the next few weeks. We are waiting patiently for KVK sometime, hopefully in December. Things like that, but these are a little more concrete leak type things that aren't really questionable when it comes to what they're going to be in the game. We can start theory crafting on what these mean, and also, just as importantly, just get excited about some of the new things that are going to be coming. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and take my graphic down. I know it's kind of not proportioned correctly, but I just wanted to throw something up there so that we're not going completely right into just what we're looking at. But I'm going to go through about, I think it's about 7 or 8 different photos that I've received of varying degrees, trying to give you guys what you want to see. So that in mind, this is the first slide that I want to show you, and we're going to go picture by picture and kind of talk about each one. Obviously, you see a lot of the Halloween event stuff that we already see in the game. It just got released to most, if not all, the servers effective yesterday, technically yesterday. The first 2 servers had a couple of these things already kind of preloaded because they always get like the first initial patch of things, the first 2 servers do. But everybody else kind of has a lot of this Halloween stuff. So the avatar frames, the city skin, the city decoration, the city, what is it called? The frame that goes around your name on the bottom, that also is in there. Then we've got some other interesting things. If you look at the top, there's a new sculpture that looks like that's going to be a new commander. Looks like it's going to be somewhat of a barbarian style commander. So that looks kind of interesting. Maybe in the Mongol kind of thing going on. I've heard some names, Ogedei and Attila, get thrown out there a little bit. Definitely interesting to see how that plays out. I mean, it looks very much like a Mongol style, very similar to Genghis commander. He's got the fur hat, he's got the long mustache, the long hair behind it. Definitely looking very similar to a barbarian style commander. So very nice there. And then there's another one to the right that looks very similar to a sorry for the background noises. Very similar to a Japanese style with the very long mustache with a face guard, kind of similar to what you see with Minamoto. And then obviously the helmet with the horns and a big thing coming around the top of it as well. That's very, very much looking like a Japanese style commander. And I think we might actually have his name coming up on some of the next slides that I'm going to show you as well. So looking very, very cool. Also, you see another city frame towards the bottom that's got a gold and white with a city there. That looks pretty neat and looks a little bit different than anything else that we've got kind of lining up with events like the Halloween event. And you can see some Thanksgiving things going on there with a turkey, and there's a Christmas one sitting there as well. A sleigh ride type avatar frame as well, looking like that's going to be something. Interesting little Batman symbol there in the middle too. I'm not quite sure how to place that. That might be something you can, like one of the actual avatars themselves, where you can use Batman as your avatar itself. Some dice as well, which maybe means that's going to replace the graphics for the betting system, or maybe there's a new betting system coming out. Who knows? And then same thing with that ghost. I think that's about the same thing. That's going to be an avatar that you can select, that you can have as your picture. on your city. Everything else looks pretty self-explanatory. The ×2 and ×4 also look like something that could be something that we should really look into and see what's going on with that. And then the footprints, I'm not quite sure what those could possibly be. Maybe some more expedition levels. That's the only thing that kind of pops to mind for myself. And then there's also a new coin that I've not seen before. Maybe it is one, I just haven't paid attention, but there's a new coin with a crown in the middle of it. So maybe there's a new form of currency, just like RoK coins or the Osiris coins, just like we have those types of coins. Maybe there's a new coin like that may be in an event coming soon. That sounds like another interesting thing to keep an eye on. So I think we've kind of run through some of this stuff. There's the package on the left side there with that you're getting the pumpkins from during the current Halloween event. So we know what that is already as well. Pretty neat stuff. Let's go to the next one. Look at this. This looks like a new T5 because it's all shiny, right? This looks like a new T5 unit, which means there should be some new civs coming, guys. Maybe there's a new civilization coming. And again, this guy looks like he's from a barbarian style civilization with the fur around the neck and the arms. A long curved sword, again, very similar to a Mongol style sword. Not Chinese. Chinese tend to have more of the straight swords. There are some scimitar style swords there as well, but mostly are known for their long straight swords. So this looks like this could maybe be a Mongolian civilization or something to that effect. Again, fitting very nicely with that other commander that we saw on the previous slide, going through and maybe bringing out a new epic commander. That might be an epic commander and not a legendary one. I know a lot of people have been asking for epic commanders. Since we haven't had one since February of this year, when the last 3 civilizations came out, might be one of the ones that comes out brand new here pretty soon. Maybe it's this time, around this time, or it could also be the same time next year. Maybe we're getting a little ahead of ourselves, but this is definitely something we definitely need to keep an eye on. Another civilization is always good. And the other possibility of this, if you look at this guy versus the sculpture that we just saw, it looks very similar. The helmet's got the little wing type thing going on the helmet on the sculpture as well. It's got the same fur, it's got the same mustache, all that stuff. So, well, the mustache on the sculpture was more coming down. So I do really believe this is a troop. This is not a commander. Usually you don't see commanders looking necessarily like this. They are more in line with troops looking like this. A lot of the troops that you see, T5 troops, things like that, look like this. This looks like an infantry commander, by the way, which is interesting if it's Mongolian. Mongolians are again, generally known for their cavalry, their steppe archers, where they're cav archer type commanders, and certainly troops as well. They do have a good solid infantry as well, though, so this might be it. It's pretty sweet. Exciting, right? It's very exciting. Let's go to the next one. So now we're going to start getting into some new skins for buildings. Now, as you can see on here, the shadowing effect is what you see on the left side of all of these things. You can notice the points matching up to basically everything that you're seeing that's in graphic mode. These look to me like new skins for KVK stuff. So a Crusader Fort. The reason I say that, it could be that, or the alternative with it being that cross on the bottom graphic. You know, I was either thinking a Crusader style, cross because it's a red cross, but at the same time, that could also be a hospital for another new civilization. I think that this could also be the graphics for that new civ. So, I mean, there's a couple ways you can take it. I'm actually starting to lean a little bit more towards this being... See, the reason I say I'm not 100%, because the civilization stuff does not affect alliance forts. That's an alliance fort at the top. That is, unless it's the castle or the city hall, I guess. In which case, this would make more sense to be a civilization. But that looks exactly like an alliance fort. So I'm not sure which way to go with this. I think the rest of the buildings look like they should be for a civilization, because you've got the one on the middle right has gold and stone and wood and everything there. That looks like a storehouse. The top right one looks like it could be the Alliance Center with all the flags that you usually see on Alliance Centers. Those are spears. There's a watchtower looking thing sitting right there as well. That could easily be a civilization style building. Maybe the Alliance Fort graphic has been rebranded into the City Hall graphic for whatever civilization this is, and then certainly the one on the bottom looks to be a hospital. So that could easily be that. And again, we could just be looking at new graphics for different buildings and different parts of new zones that are in Season 3 Lost Kingdom coming out. That might also be the case. I am kind of leaning towards the civilization graphics now that I'm looking at it, though. This as well, a barbarian style thing. These look more like, again, they could be anything. They could be anything. That could be the circle on the bottom left. That could be a new barbarian fort in the left middle. A bigger style building on the top left in the Lost Kingdom. A bridge, that looks really interesting. I'm curious as to what that could possibly be. More barbarian fort looking graphics in the right middle, and then the bottom two on the right, maybe another. I mean, you look at the bottom middle one, there's stone sitting all over the ground there. Maybe that's another style of storehouse for another civilization. This one actually looks like it could be for the Mongolian civilization, and maybe the other one in the previous is a second civilization. That would be really neat. We're getting at least 2 civilizations. That'd be very cool. I just don't know what the bridge graphic would be if it was a civilization. Either way, definitely, I mean, either one of these, and that's why these are leaks, right? I don't know all the information, but I wanted to put this out there to get you guys excited because this is awesome. This is definitely looking really cool. I really like this stuff. I'm sorry for the tilt. That's what I've got to work with. That's what I was sent. So same premise though. The shading is the extra stuff on the side. Let's get into some of the text. So this is going to give us a lot more detail about some of the commanders that are coming out. So if we zoom in, we see Wu Zetian, which we just got, right? Then we've got 2 new commanders right afterwards. These are the sound files inside of the game, it looks like. So Wu Zetian, we've got that nailed down. Now we've got a commander called Guan Yu. That looks like a new commander to me. And then, of course, the third one, I think we've all kind of noticed this from I think it was a sneak peek / teaser whenever we had our first anniversary skin come up on the 1-year anniversary for Rise of Kingdoms. Hua Minlan is definitely looking to be a new commander as well. And I've got some other stuff to kind of back that up too. So looking like we're going to have quite a few new commanders coming out, as well as new civs, new buildings, new structures. Those could be the new structures for the civilizations, or those could be new structures for the Season 3 of Lost Kingdom, or they could be a combination of different things, or they could be new Season 2 Osiris League stuff. Who knows? I mean, they could be used anywhere with how they look. So, I mean, this is definitely interesting stuff. Let me zoom back out so I can scroll to the right and do the next one. We see some more information here. There's city texture files here. And sure enough, there's a texture Taiwan, which is interesting because you got texture Japan right below it, city editor, things like that. Don't know why they would label something Taiwan if they wouldn't have this in the game. So with that being said, that may be the new civilization that's coming out as well. One of the new civilizations that are coming out. I don't know why this stuff keeps. They're like, why do you play Rise of Kingdoms so much? Here's a notification for screen time. Yeah, so there you go. There's to me that looks like the name of one of the new civilizations that are coming out. Pretty neat. Next one. You all should recognize these symbols. These are VIP level symbols, and I know that. I mean, right now there's what 7. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, possibly a 20th with that circle there as well. Possibly going up to 19 or 20 VIP levels. There's some extra levels there for sure. You can see the ones that have the really pronounced wings with all the flare coming off of the shield, the crown on the top of them. Definitely very pronounced, especially the ones towards the middle bottom. Looks like there's going to be some new VIP levels as well. Very interesting to see what they do with that. Is this how they're going to release one of the new commanders? I would think that would be a very good way to do it. We've always had Minamoto and Barca as our VIP commanders, and even when Constantine first came out, people thought maybe Constantine would be part of, because he was so good at the very beginning before they kind of nerfed his fourth skill. They thought maybe Constantine would be part of the VIP bundles to get a new commander. I got a feeling that one of these new commanders that we're looking at on the screen today are ones that are going to be very, very centered around getting them in VIP. So that's the only reason I would imagine they would want to release new VIP system levels after just having released VIP 16 to supplement the material system we all use in the Forge and things like that. So that sounds really neat too. And then finally, I think this is the last one. Nope, there's more. There's so much more. So let's go into this one. I didn't see too much in here. I see some boxes around, like red boxes around here. This file was sent to me along with everything else. Those are elite Janissaries, and those are elite whatever the Byzantium troops are. I'm not sure why necessarily that those are red, but I don't see any new sculptures in here. Those are all sculptures of commanders that we know. There is some a red circular symbol there, the gold symbol with the red background. That looks kind of new to me. The king, the crown right there looks kind of new to me as well. So I figured I'd throw it in here. And even the gold helmet on the bottom right there too. I kind of recognize it, but I don't recognize it from anything recently. So I don't know if maybe that's something else that we can do with Osiris League or something like that, or Ark of Osiris. But I wanted to show this to you as well because it was sent to me kind of in the same package of things that I received. So wanted to send that over your way. And then, yeah, I think there's 2 or 3 more. So again, another file. You've got Edward the Black Prince above there with the wave file, Pelagius, skill, Sun Tzu voice, and then you come to Takeda Shingen. So this looks like it could be the commander that looked Japanese on the first or second slide. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was the first slide. And then you see some spells below it too. Spell Fireball. Pretty cool. There's a lot of different neat little things you can read in here that are descriptors of all of these different wave and OG files that look very, very neat, and some new stuff that we don't have currently in the game. So this is definitely stuff that they're putting into the game so that when they release everything, it's already got the backup files to roll through, and this will be available whenever they decide to release it. If they decide to release it, we'll see how things go, but I just wanted to show you all this stuff. And then here's the other thing. This is Takeda Shingen. This was a overview that was also sent to me, which anybody can obviously pull this up, but a feudal Japanese commander, a daimyo, and big time heavy military strategist and things like that during the Sengoku period. So pretty neat stuff. Again, we're adding more and more commanders, more and more history, more and more civilizations, more and more everything. This is looking really, really neat. And then this one is the one I really wanted to show you guys. So obviously the top left, it looks very similar to the Mulan looking commander in the 1-year anniversary graphic that we all got. Definitely more skills here than can be used on one commander. So very interested to see what all this looks like, because you've got 1, 2 at the top, and then maybe the bottom, the second from the left on the bottom is Mulan, and then also the far one on the right in the middle line is also Mulan. Maybe the flower one could also be, no, the I think the other one is for the Sundiak graphics, if I'm not mistaken, because she's got the same kind of crown, unless there's a new commander that's going to have that crown too. I know there were 3 rulers in that dynasty that had the same kind of stuff going on, so maybe that's another commander coming. But these are 10 different graphics for skills that are in the game or will be in the game, and it looks like these are some of Mulan's skills, and then maybe some of Sundiak's skills as well. I haven't really played around too much with Sundiak, so I haven't really memorized her graphics for her skills. These may already be out, and this might be a combination of these 2 skills, because you've got 2 commanders here. Clearly, if it's 10 skills, you've got 4 skills and an expertise. This makes total sense to have basically 2 full commanders here. I want to say that the other one is Sundiak. So With that being said, I think that's everything I got. It sure is. This is everything I've got so far. As I get more, I will certainly bring it to you guys in the community and the channel. I didn't want to make this too long, but of course we're sitting here at 20 minutes already. I just want to talk about all this stuff. So next time we have a live stream, we'll certainly bring this stuff back up and talk about it. That being said, I'm going to go and wrap it up here. If you want to go ahead and leave a comment below, please do so. We will chat about all this stuff in real time in text. Again, this is a sponsored content creation channel for Rise of Kingdoms. So if you want to get more of this stuff and more sweet guides and all the goodies that come along with that, please like and subscribe if you have not already done so. And join me every single time that I post something by clicking the bell notification button so you get the earliest notification when stuff like this comes out. With that being said, I will see y'all later. Cheers. Have a good one. And take care.